Today, I'm going to be sharing with you the end of the year review for all the curriculum that we've used for our 8th grade homeschool year. Some of it worked okay for us and some of it definitely did not. So I'm going to share with you our experience with this year and what happened and give you some new and exciting updates. Well, hello to all my viewers. It's Shine Bright Homeschool and I am Kira. Thank you for tuning in to my channel today. If you're new, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications if you haven't. Alright, so today I'm going to be talking about basically all the curriculum that we used for 8th grade and how it worked for us. This seems to be a very popular subject for a lot of viewers out there that y'all want to know how our year went. Past couple years that I've done reviews like this, it seems like y'all get a lot from it. So I'm excited to share today's video with you, and it's taken a little bit of time for me to get it out, but we are basically finishing up on the last bit. So I wanted to go ahead and give you the review of the things that we've basically completed. We have a little bit of math left, but I'm still going to review math for you anyways because we're pretty much done with it for the year. But I hope you all are doing well in your homeschool year, and if you're almost done, awesome. I hope you're taking a vacation or taking a big long break. If you're just powering through, well, more power to you, and I hope that you enjoy still the journey of homeschooling. So I wanted to go over math first, which is Denison pre-algebra is what we used for this year. Because I was not really strong in algebra, what I have found is doing it with him has been super helpful for me to kind of refresh my memory, and we even have my mom joining us, which is super fun because she didn't do well with math and she homeschooled me and we did algebra. We definitely struggled. So it's very interesting doing it here years later. I think the biggest thing that's made math so much better, especially the algebra, has been Mr. Denison. So if you haven't heard of Denison Algebra before, I will link it in the description below. But he has really made math a lot easier for us and to help us understand it. And so my mom and I and my son are doing it together, the pre-algebra. And I have to say, if you struggle with math at all, Mr. Denison is the person to listen to online. You can get the online video, basically, that you can watch on your own schedule, and then, you just order the books. I think that it has been really awesome to see that when we take our time and listen, how much progress we make in understanding the concepts. He's very, very, very basic. So if you have a kid who's perfect at math, really, and has no problems, Mr. Denison may be a little bit too slow, and he talks about his curriculum is for those who struggle with math. So I would highly recommend him. We are going to actually start Algebra 1 sometime this summer. I do not want there to be a large break between pre-algebra and Algebra 1, so we're going to go ahead and basically kind of power through the summer with math because I think it's going to be more beneficial that way. So some of the books I actually put upstairs in our attic to try and clean out this spare room, formerly the schoolroom, kind of. I don't have all the books to basically share with you on here, but I will have the link to every video that I've done looking into these curriculums down below. My video on Denison Algebra will be down there. So for everything you're seeing on this video, you can take a deeper look into the other videos that I've already posted that were the look-insides, basically, where I was announcing what I was using and we were glancing inside so you could have a deeper look. So make sure you check out those videos. I'm not going to show you every single one. However, I do have some of them here that I'm going to go ahead and talk about really quick, and then I'll talk about the other ones. So for grammar, we did first language lessons with the well-trained mind is what we used for basically grammar and other forms of language, punctuation, those types of things. This was extremely basic for my son because we did Fix-It Grammar last year. Fix-It Grammar was definitely better for us than this. Check out the link in the description below for that if you're interested. It just didn't really work for us. And I want everybody to know that when I say curriculums don't work for us, that doesn't mean it won't work for you. That doesn't mean that I'm bashing the curriculum at all. I've never come across what I would call a bad curriculum. It's just that it doesn't work for us. I'm not wanting anyone to steer clear. What I would like everyone to do is take a deeper look inside. That would be referencing my other videos and seeing what's inside and understanding that everyone's learning and teaching styles are different. So make sure that you understand that when I'm saying this, I'm not bashing any of these wonderful people who put together these curriculums. It's just some of them just don't work for us, and some of them won't work for you either, and that's okay. It's just learning and sharing information and figuring out what does work and what doesn't work, and if something doesn't, just try something different. So next was the science with Masterbooks, which I do still have these here. That is the fossils book, archaeology book, cave book, and geology book. Now, I love Masterbooks, and we have done science. Anybody who's watched my channel already knows that we've done Masterbooks science and history, and I do not have a problem with them. I love the content in their books. I feel like their books are pretty decently priced. The teacher guides work well for me. I just found that this particular group of books were really deep. It's not that the books are big. Each one's really small and it has great pictures and great explanations, but the topics were quite deep for each one, and it seemed harder for us to get through. Just the verbiage that was used, some of it would probably work better with a high schooler than a middle schooler. I just realized it's actually 7th through 12th grade. And I would say that us doing it for 8th grade, 9th or 10th grade, or even 11th grade probably would have been better for some of this. Some of it is just a little bit boring unless you're going to go into that field or your child really is interested in these 4 topics. It's not that they're not fascinating, and all of it ties back to biblical principles and all that. So a creation point of view, just so anybody knows, it's that type of science focus. I love certain parts of it. It just didn't feel like it fit us that well this year. I don't know if this year was just really strange for us, and so we kind of just powered through it. There was a lot of repetitive work, like in the worksheets, the quizzes, and the tests. It was a lot of things that were reused, which is fine, but I did have an issue with the amount of space that they gave in the worksheets or in the tests and quizzes was very small, and the explanations in the teacher books were big. So if you had like a word and a definition, it did make it very hard for you to write. Like most of the time my son couldn't even write all the definition or all the description of something because there wasn't enough space on the worksheets or on the pages for all that to be filled in, and some of it was a lot. That could be overwhelming. I didn't have him write down all of it. We just talked about it and had conversations about it a lot, but yeah, it was the roughest science I think we've ever had with Masterbooks. I still love Masterbooks. I still am looking forward to doing science with them again next year. So stay tuned because I'll be sharing you what we're going to be doing for science with Masterbooks for 9th grade. That's my opinion on the science this year. It was just kind of rough and dry and a little too detailed, too hard for his level of understanding about these topics, which are already can be kind of boring for some kids if they're not already interested in it. The Map Trek Atlas is what we used for geography for this year. I love the maps. I think they're wonderful. I just think that I wish there was a little bit more, even like one paragraph to read about the map and things on the map, because in previous geography worksheets for Masterbooks, there's been a connection to a book that would explain certain things about that map, or points about that map, or something about the town and the people. And this one was very dry because it's literally just like, here's the map, make a copy. Although I think that's good because it can help kids remember when they're writing it down. I feel like, I don't know, a paragraph added to it would have been kind of nice. And we didn't even do all of them. I think I'm actually going to save some of them for next year, just for an extra thing to do, because some of the maps I'm not really super interested in him doing, but the way we did it with the prep school he was doing, it wasn't like he was doing one every day. So there's a lot of extra ones in there that he didn't do. So I'm going to have him do a little bit more and just keep it as a side thing to do for 9th grade, but it won't be a focus. I still like it. It's just I wish there was more to it to make it a little bit less dry. But for reference and for all that, I love Masterbooks maps. I think they're great. when you watch the video that I have on my channel, you can kind of see inside to see how you may want to utilize it. Maybe extend it over a year or two if you want, and find out what your subject is when it comes to history and kind of maybe tie it in. For history, we did World Story 1, and we had already done World Story 1 for 6th grade. We did World Story 2 for 7th grade with Masterbooks, and we went backwards this year because he was doing it with the prep school. So there really isn't anything to say about that, but you can look at that on my channel as well or in the description. But that is just like, the normal Masterbooks history. I am doing a Masterbooks history for 9th grade as well, and I'm not going to tell you what it is, so you'll have to stay tuned, but it will be good, and I think it will definitely be good for going into high school. I don't have anything bad to say about it. We just had to do it twice because we were doing it with the prep school that he was in. Masterbooks history, the world stories are always really good, in my opinion. So Writeshop 1 is what we used for writing, and again, that was something that the prep school chose to use. I was not a fan of it. I did IEW for 7th grade. That was a lot, but Writeshop did not necessarily make it easier on us with writing. Again, I felt like it was too dry for a subject that him and I both kind of struggle with. That's not our strong suit. I felt like it was still overwhelming. The checklists were still kind of rough for him to get through, and I didn't feel like it encouraged him to write or feel better about writing. I was kind of disappointed. It just didn't flow well with us. It might for you, so make sure you check out the video, but yeah. Lastly, what I really used was Worldly Wise for some vocabulary. We're actually still going to work on some of this over the summer because I just didn't stick with it every week the way I should have. I still think it's a really great book. There's a lot of options of things you can do or not do in there, and helping them do vocabulary exercises. For the price, I thought it was really good too, and it covered a lot. I just didn't have a teacher's guide with it, so I can kind of figure it out. But if you're wanting to make it really cheap and you're really good at vocabulary, Worldly Wise is a good option. I felt like he enjoyed it better than some prior vocabulary that we've worked on before, and I definitely would recommend Worldly Wise. So I think that's pretty much it for 8th grade. We just had a very strange year all around for multiple reasons. I'm thankful 8th grade is done. I'm hoping that 9th grade will be better. We have some super exciting, I think, curriculums that are going to fit really well for 9th grade. And we're still going to do a co-op and, really focus on learning some stuff there and being involved in our social groups, doing something different going into 9th grade. But I will be sharing with you the 9th grade stuff here probably in the next month or two. So make sure you stay tuned, and I hope that you stay tuned also for some hopefully bigger announcements by the end of the summer that I'll have for you. Super exciting things going on. So make sure you stay tuned for the next video because it's about traveling, and it might be something super fun to have as a resource while you're taking your vacations this summer if you're taking road trips. Make sure that you stay tuned until then. I will catch you next time here at Shine Bright Homeschool. Have a good one.